You want to call an order, or what do you want to do?
He didn't want to.
Yeah,
Huh?
He didn't want to.
yeah, they like the way it is right now.
They don't want to, they like it
last
Don't
night.
do
in the minutes.
Okay.
All right, let's go.
that. No,
Yeah,
it's-
so
He's gonna do it.
we're gonna call over the regular town meeting for month of March,
Yeah, show it,
time 6:36.
out here.
Roll call.
Huckabee,
Yes.
Burton,
Yes.
Carey,
Yes.
Sweeten,
Yes.
McCormick.
Absent.
Pledge allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. And that's one thing we may not be able to get to do, but that won't go right this year.
Okay, number 4, discuss and approve all minutes for the February 10th meeting.
I'll make a motion that we approve the minutes.
I second.
Huckabee,
Yes.
Burton,
Yes.
Carey,
Yes.
Sweeten,
Yes.
Okay, discuss, number 5, discuss and approve February 2020 bills for general funds.
Make a motion with approval.
Is there a second?
I second
Huckabee,
it. Yes.
Burton,
Yes.
Carey,
Yes.
Sweeten,
Abstain.
Number 6, discuss and approve February 2020 bills for streets and alleys.
Make a motion with approval.
Is there a second?
I guess. Steve, Linda.
Huckabee,
Yeah.
Burton,
Yes.
Carey,
Yes.
Sweeten,
Abstain.
Number 7, discuss Choctaw affordable rent housing by Joe Clements or Pat Maxwell.
If possible, I'd like to move that down to the last one. Pat's supposed to be here and she's down at the school board meeting. Thank you.
We'll move that down for number 8, discuss digging ditches out and cleaning tin horns out.
Yes, I put that on there. My God,
I'll
water
second it.
just flows right in my yard. There's a big old, tarp in that ditch in front of my house. Ain't been got out of there. The ditches ain't been cleaned out or nothing. Tin horns ain't been cleaned out.
I got a schedule made out for him.
You're exactly right. One of these from the shepherd's house runs backwards.
I tell you.
And I told Doug them about it 2 years ago and it's still there.
Yeah.
Okay, Velma
As
made
soon
the
as-
motion, I second.
There isn't nothing to vote on. It's discussion.
Oh.
I just put it on there. I wanted everybody to know how bad them ditches in front of my house
As
was.
soon as
They're all over
When it-
town.
it's dried up enough, maybe, get started. We got a schedule
No, we're supposed to have rain tonight.
up and down.
Posted for the next 2 weeks, I think.
It's not
Yeah,
up
they-
there.
Just know about tonight, 40% chance to start this thing.
But
Somebody tried to do it on their own at my house over a year ago, and they made a complete mess because they tried doing it in the mud. And some
That'll
ice.
work.
it's
Where it
pretty
used to-
days.
Used to flow, it doesn't, so, and that was nobody from the town.
I don't have no ditches on this side. It just all flows.
Are you needing
Water
a tin
flows
horn
right down.
replaced? There-
There's holes all on top of my tin horn.
There's a bunch of tin horns that's gonna have to be replaced, and so we gotta get our funds
Put
built
mine on
up
the
to
list.
replace them,
Cause it's got holes all in it, up on the
Get out
dirt.
here to do it.
so.
It's just flat
We've
right.
already had a
Well,
discussion
huh?
about that,
Well, they need to be, it should have been a long time ago.
so.
I
Already
don't
had
think
a-
we're getting
Do
the
what?
help from the county commissioner like
You
we used to.
can't
on
build it
town.
in here.
I already had a round.
If you can figure out how to do it, I'll sure vote for it.
I'm not running
In
again.
here.
What did you say? I didn't hear you.
They've
I
been
see
out with
that, I don't think
supplies
the county commissioners helping us as much as they used to do on the tin ones.
They may not be
No, they
able
don't buy them
to.
for you no more.
too. They've never bought them for us.
Yeah, they
We had
do.
to
Yeah, they
read,
used to.
well,
They
half
give
and
'em.
half, didn't they?
Used to, yeah.
Okay, what-
Yeah.
Maybe years ago. I know
They're in
since I've been
store
on
that.
here, it's
Go
been
ahead and
half.
talk to Clark about it.
They give them to me when I moved down there.
We had to pay for ours.
I pay for
when ours
mine.
in.
I think you ought to assign somebody to go down and talk to Clark, somebody on the city council.
Tina, would be the person to do
Tina,
that.
you'd be the one to do it.
It's what, here? Is that Daryl or he?
I can talk to Clark about it.
It's easy enough to talk to Clark.
I think that's
Yeah.
right.
She's streets and alleys.
Oh, that's right.
But I agree, it's gotta be done, so we're just gonna, I've started a schedule, cause I've driven the streets and stuff. As soon as it dries up, it's gonna be done.
Well,
I
we'll see
promise.
about
I
that.
promise.
One of them shopping, one of them
I promise you.
odd
What?
shopping things to stick to
You
somebody's
did get
bottom.
two big holes fixed in their stable, and Tina did it, she put the hot mix coal in, it's still in the house before you, and one down here, and then it's stable, you can't put this junk in front of these mailboxes there and expect it to stay, look at it just like it was to put dirt and rubber.
Is it there where the post office
Yeah.
pulls off?
Yeah,
I
it's,
haven't even looked at that.
Well, they just two big holes right on top of my tin horn, just dug out.
There's holes all down our street, great big paths here, but ditches in front of go back to that part.
Make that ditch, hit my ditch, that ditch right in front of my house is awful. Oh,
There's a bunch of them.
There's.
Oh, yeah.
one street, whole street.
We could get a whole week without rain.
and then they put that trailer up there behind Lawson's house there across from me, and just right in that
Yeah.
ditch, just fill that ditch
You know,
full.
a good day to do that is 70-degree day. You can't put it in.
That they, I think that the county must have done that.
Your county do it, if they would do it,
Yeah, they county done that, I
pretty
think.
good.
It didn't look like Doug on that.
No, the county.
I bet it wasn't.
When they dug it out, and
They
it all
didn't
come
dig-
down on you,
No, they didn't dig nothing out, they filled up that
they
ditch.
made a mess, they filled it up, the county did that.
The county did it to put that
Put
When they put
that
that
travel
big
trailer
travel
behind that house.
trailer in there.
Behind,
Lawson's.
Behind Carol's.
Carol's
Old
old
burnt
house
out
that's
house.
burnt out.
Oh,
CJ
okay.
Lawson's old place on the
She and
corner.
the county go there.
This is something on the job.
I can't believe something.
That's been a while, that's been,
They ain't
No,
either,
they
just the
just
other
did
day.
this the other day.
oh, a new one?
Yeah.
It's,
I haven't
it's,
been that way.
it's Dylan's great big trash
Well, yeah,
trailer.
there's travel trailer.
And then when, they'll have to pull it out when he gets ready to go back on the job again. But they didn't have nowhere else to put it. He lives out there in the country and they can't get it in out there.
Anyway, we'll get scheduled done.
Okay, we can go
But they
back to
filled up the
that.
ditch so they could get it in there. That's what they done. I sat there and watched them. I could see it from my house.
Left some paper in a car.
It's gonna be a deal going between mowing and cleaning ditches.
Well, I thought I had.
Well, you
put on
can't
here
mow,
a
he doesn't have a
lawnmower.
mower.
I put on here to vote on the lawnmower,
Huh?
but it's not on here.
We did.
We don't have a mower.
They were checking on something.
There's no lawnmower.
Well,
Financing it? But we still gotta vote on it before we can.
So,
You gotta get two
It's gonna be,
roads.
it's gonna be pretty soon.
they told me not to put it on
Gonna have
there.
to be.
We're gonna need
brush
some.
hog.
Judge said don't put it on there
Trying to
until we
get
figure
the
out
both.
exactly how much it's gonna cost. and how
Well, we've
much.
gotta vote on it regardless. We've gotta have a lawnmower. Anyway, go ahead.
Right. Number 9, discuss and vote to replace lettering and graphics on Interceptor police car.
What are we, oh, they're faded out, right?
They're coming off when you wash it. The
Well, they
lettering
were kind
coming
of-
out.
Can we have a price on this?
Yeah,
They're
Is that what
kind
you're
of too
doing?
light anyway, to begin with, you know, too light color.
We can do the same color?
well, the color's different, but it doesn't show up on paper. It's gonna be a metallic color.
Metallic silver.
It'll be a little bit brighter than
Can
that.
that come off by rubbing compound and stuff like that?
Do what now?
Can that come off by using rubbing compound and stuff like that?
Like to take it off? Yeah, it can. Right now, when you wash it,
$299.
it blows it off the side of the car. So like on my passenger side, the police is hollow, it's just got a gray outline around it.
What you might do is just
Y'all
suggest,
look at that.
Yeah, $299. Yeah.
just a suggestion, Lane.
Mhm.
See Brandon up there
The lettering on the
at
car.
the courthouse.
Brandon Davis,
He does a lot of stuff for,
yeah, he does.
for people.
Looks like it's $299.
I was going to talk to Brandon, but the sheriff's department used him, and their lettering's coming off. And it's nothing to do with him, it's the company he uses.
And he's the one that done
Uh,
this.
Almost every sheriff's department vehicle, their lettering's filling. Tigler Printing quoted it to me at $299.
So do they guarantee it?
Huh?
Are they gonna
They
guarantee this to
guarantee it.
stay?
Poto, and then the other place in Stigler was gonna be about $550. The trustees at the jail, they're gonna remove the old lettering, so we won't have to pay them to remove the old lettering.
Good.
So we
This is
save
the
money
cheapest
with
I
that.
could get it.
We'll make a motion, we go ahead and do it.
I'll second it.
You can keep one.
Huckabee.
Yes.
Burton.
Yes.
Carey.
Yeah.
Sweeten.
Yes.
You want to go back to number 7 or?
Go ahead and do 10, and then we'll go back up to them that one.
That way we'll have all that, okay.
Discuss and vote on issuing a debit card to police chief of Keota, police department, KPD, bank account, ending last 4/7/133.
I'll make a motion.
He's gonna have to have this when he goes to,
Yeah, I'll make a
Chief
motion that
school.
we do this, because he's gonna have to have this when he goes for his cleat. What are you going?
did y'all
April
check
1st.
with the bank to see if they could do that, just to put a certain amount on there? Cause I know we talked about just getting
The bank
card.
don't do, credit card, or they
They
do
don't do
debit cards.
Well,
but
this
yeah,
is a
they-
debit card he's
They
talking about.
can do a debit card for a certain amount that you might.
It's not gonna be the account, is it gonna be attached to the account?
It's gonna be the police department account.
Okay.
Is what it'll be out of.
We don't keep a whole lot of money in that account. Most of it goes to general fund, but you'll have to have enough for food.
Well, fuel's the main thing. When I'm out of town, I'll need to.
Yes, for sure. Okay, I'll make a motion that we vote to, issue him this debit card, because he's gonna need it when he goes up there for his training session.
I'll second.
Huckabee.
Yes.
Oh, wait. We're doing some discussion now. We're not gonna do the credit card that we had, right?
No, the Wex, I think wax card, whatever that's called.
It was
That one was,
outrageous amount. they
yeah,
were
it was
charging us.
costing us quite a bit to use that,
And
so
if you're
we're not
30
gonna
seconds
use it.
late making a payment, it's, remember, well, no, were you on here when Andy and me were here?
No.
We paid over $1,000,
Yeah,
that
it was
year.
costing a lot. to
and
use
there's
that
nothing
card.
being put on it, we weren't using it.
Okay.
So
and
we're gonna
then
we're gonna do
They
away
made
with
a
that
couple
card.
of payments late because of the council meeting being, and
Yeah.
it was ridiculous.
Well, what kind of card's he gonna have to, get?
There's
It's a debit card
A debit card.
that we put money on.
It'll be used for fuel when I'm going back and forth between here.
That's the only thing too, is it'd be good for tires, motel rooms,
If there's no funding in it, right?
Cheryl,
She'll put money over on it.
Cheryl told me that if I ever got in a bind, like on EOD, and I needed more money or needed a tire, that I could call her and she can get on her phone and forward the money
She
into
can
that
have money
account.
transferred
Oh,
from
yeah,
She
you can
talked
do
to the
that.
bank about
general
it.
fund account to
it would be like a Visa.
the police department.
Yeah, it's like a
It's
Visa card.
These are a MasterCard, it's just a debit, it's,
Cause that could easily happen.
Oh, yeah, that could certainly happen.
Do you have like a minimum put onto that card at all times? So like it's always say, I'm gonna say $500 on that card or
That's
whatever.
what I think.
And then leave it
it's gonna be
there, and so if something
$500.
severe were to happen, then you can transfer, like if you need new tires,
Yeah.
if you need 4 new tires.
Like
I
if
think-
I went somewhere and I blew a couple tires, I
Right.
could get tires.
But I'm thinking you put in so much, always have that available for him,
Mhm.
and
Yeah,
then
that's
go
Yeah.
from there.
We that too, I know when I did the 37.5 hour EOD that I should have taken a motel room, but I didn't.
Yeah,
I was up
exactly.
the whole time.
And they, yeah,
And then there's meals and.
We had 2 debit cards that was connected to the bank accounts, the general fund before, and
I think this way would be more control.
this is better.
It'll be a
I
better
think
control
so
for
too.
him
Yeah.
and
Yes.
where things come in and out of.
Right.
Uh,
Gotta be able to keep up with it. Let's go back and do
Well,
C.
we're not done with this one, but I want.
Oh.
We've not voted yet. We're on
I
that
need
discussion.
It really needs to be amended. The way we worked it before, when I was chief of police, was each officer had a card, and they were responsible for that card.
That's the way it was when like Art and Summers was here.
Well,
I think.
Summers didn't use it like it was supposed to be. That card's only for emergency uses
Right.
only, and.
That's why we took them away.
Not for buying gas and.
He was driving a Poto in our vehicle and buying gas, so we
Buying gas.
took it away.
That's not what it's for. You do understand that.
Yeah.
Has
This
it
is
given a
gonna
copy
be-
of this?
I believe that you can follow
Oh,
the
yeah.
rules.
You know what?
Instructions.
That says a blank bill will be set up and signed by 2 members of the council, linked to bring in all receipts. Clerks would tie receipts to the bank statements for all purchases. Land and clerks are responsible to ensure availability of funds is communicated as well. And this is for emergency use only. It's not an everyday gas card to use every day.
We were getting it so he would have it. We were voting it because he's fixing to leave for chief school. That's why we put it on there, I think.
It is.
Am I right?
Yes.
Yeah,
that's what it is.
and I really don't want a debit card because, you know, but I can fill up here before I go to Ada, but I want any gas in Ada before I come home. With the mileage my car's getting, it'll take about a tank to get there and then about a tank to get back.
You gonna have to spend overnight?
I'll be there a week.
A week?
Chief
Yeah.
school.
4 days.
He's
You're
gonna
gonna
have
have
food.
some kind
You're
of
gonna have
card.
to have something.
Yeah, well, they provide all food, they provide housing and food. Cause the only time I would need to use it is to fill up to come home. It's the
Well,
only time I would.
your snacks and stuff in
Yeah.
between. You're gonna be hungry from.
I know I went to Walmart and got some, I got an extra pillow and got
Yeah.
some stuff and
Well, I mean, that
something
stuff
that
wouldn't
they were
come out of
feeding
town.
something that they were, yeah, but
Yeah, but you're going
The
for
gas.
us. You're gonna have to be.
the gas in the car would have,
Yeah.
I mean, that's our responsibility. Plus, I know that a couple times they didn't have what I liked on the
Menu.
When Art went, he called one night to see, he said the food was awful. Could he go eat somewhere else? I think he'd eat Arby's or something like that.
Yeah.
Here.
I know that I use the car, you know, I use
Sounds
the
like
car to go
they
somewhere
both
else, I base it
they had a chef.
But anyway,
But
what do
you
you,
have to
what
have
do you think we need to do? 'Cause I didn't.
Maybe it's that. Jerry,
I lost
so,
it.
yeah.
No, I'm saying if you'll tell me. Yeah, 'cause I didn't see
You
it.
can't handle it. Every officer should have. Okay, just do it like this one. Okay.
We're ready to vote.
We're ready to vote.
Okay. Burton,
Yes.
Carrie,
Yes.
She already got me.
Oh,
Sweet.
okay.
yeah, I got her.
Yes, yes, yes,
Yeah, you've interrupted after I got mine.
Well, he was just saying his dad's gonna need them for future use, but we can do that next month.
Really, the discussion's after the
So-
motion and the second. Until there's a motion and a second, there's not really anything in front of it.
It's done.
I just wanna make sure that we got it taken care of. where it's
Right.
at.
We'll go back to number 7, discuss Choctaw affordable rent housing by Joe Clements or Pat McAfee.
You want the same thing first, Joe?
No, go ahead.
Do I need to stand and dress, or just, you know, sit here, I don't know more than there is?
Set everything up.
Okay, well, to begin with, and on the agenda, it's not rent. This is gonna be a lease ownership homes that they're gonna be bringing in. And, we started working on this probably a year ago. I had talked to, Ron about this, because we need this for Keota, and
very
everything. We
much
need
so.
homes, we need some rental homes, and it would also help with, families that maybe need some better homes and everything. These will be 3 and 4 bedrooms, you're gonna have some, if you have a child, 3 and 4 bedroom homes.
Wow.
And, some of them will be 2-story. This is gonna be some nice homes, y'all, that will be coming in. We had thought, Ron in the beginning had thought that this was gonna be, that we would have to find property and the city would have to purchase the land, but that's no longer in effect.
Oh, great.
They will purchase, the company that's doing the building will purchase the property from whoever owns it at a fair market price. It will not be, they can't come in and start out, it's whatever the value, they're gonna find that out.
No.
And they will do the fair market value, and they will give a nice price. And I'm not saying what, because I know what Stigler got for theirs, but it will be something I think will be comfortable for anybody that's gonna sell. We had 4, and then I'm understanding, and I don't know whether they're gonna go all that work, but the Choctaws has got some property there behind the power station, I'm understanding, which I didn't show him, but
Needs a lot of field.
a guy from Hugo contacted me right after Ron. I showed him the property and I visited with him about that. And he called me 2 hours later, the very same day. And he said, I understand that you have some people that's filling out forms, and they have here, y'all said 5, I think is what you told me, 5 names that I've got been given.
They have to be Indian though.
They have to be Indian or have an Indian card.
They have to be approved.
And they have to be approved.
They have to be Choctaw, or do they have to be any
Choctaw.
tribe? Okay, because that's a distinction.
They've got to be
too.
Choctaw, and they've got to be approved. We've got a lot of Choctaws
Yes, we
in our
do.
area. You don't
Absolutely.
realize how many that you have. And then we've got some here in town that has applied. So right now, I've got 11 applicants so far. And now, this will have to be approved through Hugo, through their conference meetings and stuff. But now he's ready to come up and look at property. He said he'd try to this week. I don't know whether he's
Where'd you
gonna call
say
me. His name is Joe Munich.
Where'd you say the property was?
I showed Joe Paul, I called Joe Paul and I asked him if he would go with me when Ron came, and I asked Ron to be all right, but we've been talking about this for a while. But he was waiting until he got this finished at Stigler. They've completed these at Stigler, and then he began talking to me about it. But he said, first, we're gonna have to find people that are willing to buy the homes, the lease purchase. And we're talking about a very, very cheap rate for a new home. And you're talking about, because if Choctaws is gonna give so much into it. You remember years ago when they built all these brick homes out in the communities and stuff, for people. They're no longer doing that. They're working with this company here that is doing the building.
I think the rent kinda like ours, dinner and house cars.
Yes,
It's
yes.
according to your income.
According to income.
Yeah,
Now,
that's
if
when I
you've
read
got a
that
family,
time.
let's just say you've got a family, and now this is just fly by night. If you've got a family of 5, you've got a man and wife and 3 children, and they're working, and they're making an income. Now, don't quote me on this because it's gonna be, but for the 4-bedroom home, but with the 2-story and everything, and they say, let's just say $40,000. The 2 together makes that $40,000. And you go to buy a home, I don't know whether y'all tried to buy a home or anything, if anybody has in this area or not, but you're gonna pay, if you get one for $700 or $800, it's pretty expensive. You're looking at least half of that, and maybe even less. You're looking between $300, maybe $350 for a home with the Choctaws putting their part in.
It's real reasonable.
Very, very reasonable.
Per month, is that what you're
Yeah,
saying?
yeah.
And it'd probably be
That's why I
less.
said the Choctaws puts their part in, and then they get this other. And these people that are coming in are getting some grant money to help with this, to get these
Then
homes.
they'll own them in a
Then they'll
shorter
own-
period of time.
And a shorter period, instead of a 30-year, it may be, you can set up your time frame like a 20-year or 25-year
Whatever.
to buy your homes. So it's a very, very good program.
Okay.
Very good program.
Yeah.
All the people that get the homes are Is
They've
it
gotta
my
be cer-
understand, they have to be, do they have to be Choctaw?
Yes.
Gotta have a card.
You got a card,
She said-
you gotta have a card, that's the whole thing, is that they have to have a card.
Okay.
I'm not Choctaw, and I'm not gonna get a new
I'm
home,
not either, I'm Cherokee.
but I'm just saying, I'm
know
doing
that.
this for our community, I was
Yeah.
trying to work on this to get this community, to get this done.
Also, I don't know if you showed Ron or anybody talked about, but Doug knows, there's 3 acres down here.
2 acres. 2 acres, about 2 acres, behind the power, the water
Yeah,
station deal,
That,
just 2
that the
acres.
city before offered the Choctaws free.
I was gonna show that to him,
And, I think.
but
we
you're
need
talking
to-
about, I think it'll be more work to get that built up with the dirt work you
Yeah,
have
there's
to
no,
do.
not even a road to it, but.
Exactly, road
but-
have to be built in there, right now, we've
That-
got 4 places, Beth, that I've
Yeah, I
shown.
know.
Beth, well, y'all knows it,
But I mean,
and
if we could get them scattered around, that would help the
That's
whole
what I was just gonna ask, are
town.
they,
They could-
they're gonna be
they-
scattered around
well,
wherever the land's available?
wherever the land's available, and it don't have to be,
Don't
one
have
of
to
the,
be
right,
on
one of
one.
the, land, it's
I was gonna
Richie's
ask
got
if
the
it's gonna
one
be like
coming in
Stigler's,
Keota,
you know.
there across, y'all know where it's at coming in. Then we've Lawrenceburg, he's got some down here, he's also got some other football field. And then we've talked to the Methodists, and I visited with them, the lady that's over this parsonage, but it has to be a vote of the church, and that we have to something. If they look at that property and they may want to talk to them, I've got numbers and everything for them to contact us.
Well, I was thinking it was all gonna be like together.
No, not
So that
necessarily.
sounds
Not
much better.
necessarily. They may want to do 4 of them here and maybe 4 here.
We've got a lot of empty lots around it.
So
We
we've got,
certainly do.
we've
Need
got
something
property
besides old
and
trailer
everything, and I'm gonna take him all over town when he comes this week to look. And let him look, and there may be something else that he might, see some lots that he might want to be.
Right.
And they're gonna clear them, and they'll bring in grass once it's set. I don't know whether y'all drove through, but y'all on the council, y'all need to drive up and look at the ones at Stigler. These are gonna be
They're nice.
bigger and nicer. These are gonna be even nicer than those, because these are gonna be ownership homes. These are rentals, most of them. So we're looking at some really
But they're
nice.
They're
homes.
set up
breaking,
like an
they're
apartment.
nice
They're gonna be,
too.
they're very nice
Just
homes.
built right in
Yeah.
a row.
But it's gonna be brick homes, and it's gonna be, like I said, no less than 3 bedrooms, so they're
Okay.
trying to get
Several
people,
lots
even
behind
if you,
my house.
it's just one person, maybe a woman that's working and has a child. If she's got the credentials and she don't have a bad credit report, she may get that 3-bedroom house, just her and one child.
Well, she could use the one room for her office or something,
Well, that's up to
or a
her.
spare bedroom when she has
That's
company.
what I was trying to say,
She's-
but it will be according to what they make, their finances, whatever the finances will be. And it's coming, and he said, I've got other towns right now that he's got this year, but if we can get the property bought and, like I said, a fair market, and they will start probably by the first of next year, if we can get this all done. So y'all are looking at maybe a lot more money for your town to come in with the water and your sewer lines, but that's the reason they want it in town, is because
Yeah, that's separate.
on county sewer,
Yeah,
water and sewer, they have to have that. So that's what has got to be done. So, Ron, and then I need to talk to you on some new business, if y'all allow me to, but I have something else that I'd like to approach, but y'all, I know this is what I've got here. When I saw the rent, I told Joe Paul, I said, it's not rent, it's lease ownership. But anyway, but when you get to new business, I'd like to address something else that Joanne and I needs to address. So,
If
that's
they
what I've
do-
got on that.
If they do build the housing, will it be treated as tribal land?
That's a
No.
good question.
No.
Okay, hang on.
No, once this guy from Hugo purchases it, it takes it out of that. But now, let's don't forget, the Choctaws are gonna be helping subsidize the money for these families that's gonna be coming in. Instead of doing their homes, they're doing this subsidizing. So let's don't forget them, they will be helping tremendously. Without them, this guy wouldn't be working in these towns.
Okay, well, I was just wondering
Yeah,
because we
I
don't
wonder,
have
are
any.
they gonna hire any local people to help
Yes,
build?
yes, well,
See,
they're gonna do that, and
You know, you
and so
can't lose, you guys.
it's
You need,
it's a
we need to
win-win for
bend
y'all.
over backwards to
And
make
we
sure this
need
happens.
something for Keota, we need
Oh,
something
yeah.
to be
Oh,
happy
we
about
need-
coming.
we
And
need
I've got
phones back.
something else to bring up in a moment, so when you get to the other subject.
y'all are gonna have to step up on maintenance around this a little bit, it's in the guidelines.
Maintenance, yeah,
Yeah.
they're,
I
the
mean,
guys
you can't
come on.
just let these streets be neglected like we're doing.
You're right, Ray, because, and y'all are doing better. I've seen a lot of work that has been done, somebody's been doing some work, but anyway, it can be more. If we can get property owners, because if we bring these new homes in, and you can have 3 or 4 here, and you have 3 or 4 here, maybe 3 or 4, if I can get more people to
I
apply,
got some land behind my house also.
if we have more people
It's
to
already
apply,
cleared off,
seriously,
too.
if we have more people to apply, we'll get some more homes. So who all, but they've got to be qualified homeowners. And so, and I,
So
like
if
I
you know
said,
somebody, tell them.
well, I got paperwork and they've got paperwork here, so we'll get it out. But now y'all need to make sure that they get this paperwork in, cause he's gonna be looking, and make sure that they put on their Keota. Don't put it just open. We've got to put it is for
So
Keota.
does, when they pick this paperwork up, are they gonna allow up to so many houses?
That's, it'll be determined by how many good
How many
applications that we have coming
Okay.
in, that they'll be looking at property. So the more our people are, like I
The more the
said,
better.
And does it go on credit? Do they run the credit and stuff too?
yes,
That's something-
everything will be run and they'll go through the process. They've got their own process.
like
going
that,
through it. Just
own
like buying a
process.
home. They will be checked out. But we've got people, I've got 2 or 3 families from Stigler that's want to move to Keota on account of bringing the kids into Keota School District that's got children. And so they're applying. And I've got those that's coming in
Got a
the
lot
tag
already
office, so.
living here. We can't lose, guys.
No, you can't.
You can't lose.
And
Don't
Now,
drop
Chef likes
the ball.
football players, he ain't gonna let them move.
I don't know who, but like I said, they're young and we've got some that's good. One of them they bought a home and they're wanting to sell it because they're wanting to come
Are
down
you
here
guys
because they
wanting-
get cheaper.
Are you guys wanting the council to go around and speak with people that have open land to see if they're open to do this? Or is that something?
I'm gonna let
that's-
him come and
let
let him
do
look.
that?
The man will be here and I'll let him, Ron, I showed him what I
Yeah.
knew was available.
Right.
I'll let this man, I'm gonna take him all over town.
Right.
Do you know
And
when he'll
he's-
be down?
He hopes one day this week, when he called me, and if he doesn't, he's got his phone number, and I'll call him back. I've been so busy today, I haven't had time to look up, but, I've got his, and he gave me his secretary's number, because he's very interested in coming, since I've been working hard getting these applications, that's the reason I told them, get these applications in. And I've got one here in town that she's coming Thursday, and I'm gonna help her get it filled out, but I've been helping their tag office.
When I talked to Mr. Huggins, over at the Tampa, he would come with Mr. Perry and make a call. I talked to him at the
Right.
VFW.
Okay,
At one of his
okay.
houses.
Is there
Okay.
something we need to set up
I
where
don't know
they
if he
come and talk?
figured it out. But they're gonna build some more stuff.
They have a town council, a
He
town.
said as long as the
town
union's
meeting.
got money and we can get
Yeah,
them for
like a
that
town
price,
meeting.
we're gonna get it.
Well, that's
That'd be a
what
bad
I'm
idea.
saying here too.
I mean, do
At
it.
at least we could tell them how much support we could
Now,
give.
is there something like
Like
maybe
the
they could
center?
have a town meeting where they could talk and explain?
Well, I'm gonna add in the paper, if y'all jump on that, we gotta add in the paper, like
The
that
paper
week
is,
before that.
you know, it's the paper
So
isn't
it
that
was in
effective.
there, and I was telling people to come, well, that hit, we was able to get people, but I just told them, if anybody comes in, word of mouth, y'all tell people, if they're interested in a Choctaw home, they got a Choctaw number, come see me.
I'll make an announcement at senior citizens.
Exactly, yeah,
Club.
everything.
If they own their own property, then they just, if they already have their own house, but
It's gotta be, no,
Yeah, they
no,
already
no,
own
they're gonna build on the site that they wanna build on. These people that are coming, so it's gonna have to be, but they're not gonna be real close together, some of these, cause like I said, these are lease ownerships, they're gonna be a little bit wider than what you have up
They're
in
gonna
them
want their own
rentals.
lot.
But see,
They'll have
there's
their
some
lot.
guidelines in those houses, they can have one dog.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
There's
there's some
gonna be big
guidelines.
guidelines.
in
They,
it.
and they
Get the
can't,
property
another
up.
thing, the first
You have a
year
copy of
that
the
these
guidelines?
people have properties, the very first year, they will take care of the maintenance. After that, they'll allow the homeowners, but he told me, Ron told me, if they come down and there's a bunch of junk out there,
Right.
they're gonna come right back on them, and they're gonna give them so much time to get that mess cleaned up,
And if
because
you
they're not
don't
gonna allow
meet
that to
those
be on.
guidelines, you lose.
You lose,
That's something
and
we
you're
gotta
gonna lose
get
your
back on,
home,
is
and they'll
cleaning
sell
this
it to somebody
right.
else.
Oh, look at the
Yeah, we need to
and
get
stuff.
back cleaned
I'm
up
gonna
Main
discuss
Street,
that.
guys.
So
We
anyway,
have, we
But I
have a
It's worse than
serious.
anywhere else.
anyway,
Yes.
that's all I have.
Pat, I think
Thank
that's the
you,
best
Pat.
thing ever happened.
I
Yeah,
appreciate that.
yep.
I hope so.
Well, I
It's exciting.
appreciate your efforts.
You're welcome, you're
I
welcome.
really do.
This is home to me, and I told Ron, I said, when I started this a year ago, probably not Coach Joe Paul, I said, this is nothing to me, but I knew that I heard they was getting the Stigler, and I heard they was getting them other places, and I said, why can't we get them to Keota?
Right.
So I started working on this project with Ron, and Ron's been very, very helpful, and y'all know of anybody, when he gets up for reelection, I'm gonna do all I can to get that man right back in.
Well, he's good for 4 years, isn't he?
He's good for 4 years, he just got in, so,
Got in,
but
yeah.
I'll push for him.
He's a hard
But,
worker.
yeah, he's working hard for our
Very good
area.
guy. No wrong with that.
But anyway, that's all I've got on that, but I do have something else on new business, if y'all allow me.
Yeah. Old business,
I want cleanup letter started back.
You want
Main
one?
Street looks awful.
You want one?
Cleanup letters being sent back out. This is something old, I mean, we can discuss it, we can't vote, but
Send them out.
that's.
Don't send me one, cause we're working our butts off paying a fine as it is, I'm not doing it anymore.
Main Street,
Lonnie,
we,
Main Street's the
We
worst
got
part of the
Founder's
whole
Day
town.
coming and we got a mess.
Yeah,
and
And
they've
it's
already been
embarrassing.
served cleanup letters, and they'll do a little bit, and then they quit, and it's been a year. But Jason didn't wanna do it anymore.
well,
So,
we got fined $350. Nobody else in this town got fined anything.
yeah, they did,
Not $350.
yeah, they did, they paid their ticket, but
Wow.
that's the, I mean,
That's another
but
issue.
we've gotta start sending cleanup letters, because
And I wanna be fair about it.
when you drive down Main Street and it looks like it looks right now, it's
Right.
ridiculous.
I wanna be fair about it.
What is the fines for it? I know we used to have a set fine
You,
or city.
the amount,
Yeah,
I don't even remember
first
what it
time,
was.
second time.
It was $100 and then 75 court cost the first time. And then I can't remember what it, but anyway, we had 2 tickets, not even we had. He charged us $350.
Well, yours was because you came to court though and you pled not guilty. That's why you got that. But Haskins, they did plead, no, they pled guilty and paid their ticket.
They paid $100 and 75 court cost. And their house is falling down in the street down there.
But Main Street right now, and I don't know.
It's atrocious.
We've got,
that's why I was.
ordinance, and we need to start enforcing them.
And not just the trash cleanup, but we can't have cows in the yards and stuff.
Oh, they had it
We've already
just
discussed
beyond.
that, yeah.
That's
Yeah,
beyond.
I talked to my neighbor
No,
about
they had it
that.
butchered.
I put
I asked somebody about that.
30 cows up a week ago.
Yeah, they run through our yard for a weekend.
It was, the neighbor,
Oh.
I talked to him about that and asked him, I made him come and fix my yard, cause there
Our
were,
yard
yes.
is awful too.
I said, this is a yard, this is not a field, I want you to come and
Someone-
fix my holes.
Someone messaged me the other day, wanting to know when we're gonna do our yearly cleanup thing.
It's the weekend before Old Timers Day.
Okay,
It's always the weekend
I need to
before.
know what day that is.
Whenever Old
and all
Timers
that.
Day is, it's the week, the
It's
Saturday
the
before.
last weekend in April.
The last
That-
one.
Old Timers Day is the first weekend in May every year,
Okay.
so
She asked
get
me.
the weekend, the
and
last
I will
weekend
try
in
to find
April.
out and let her know.
But
So, we gotta figure out who's gonna be doing that too. We need that on the agenda for next month's meeting.
So we'll start the cleanup letters.
Yeah,
Okay.
'cause we
But
need
there's
to get-
nothing to vote on, because that's already been
Huh?
passed,
We'll
there's
need
an
to get the trash
ordinance.
guy, the extra.
Yeah, we can put that on the meeting for next month's meeting, for sure, on the agenda.
Pick up trash, and that needs to be
Yeah.
posted and
That's gonna have to be posted here,
put in the newspaper, if you could.
So who's gonna
Yeah.
pick up trash?
Well, that's what we
Karen
gotta
Shaw.
figure
The
out.
trash man.
Karen Shaw comes through.
Okay, you, down here,
Anything
awful hard
that's,
to get it picked up.
I have something on the old too, a little bit.
Gonna
Did
have
you
to get 'em
contact
out
the
there.
mill about the road being fixed
Our
yet?
fireman getting it.
no, I went down there a
Only
couple
way you
weeks
can do
ago
it.
and the guy that, he wasn't there, and
I think it's one of those communications, I think you're just, you're gonna have to keep trying to get it done, because that road is,
Which
is
one are you
tearing
talking
them up.
about?
Isn't it the one right here by the cafe?
Yes.
Okay, that is awful.
it is
And
bad.
so, and if they're willing to help, we really need to get on them.
No, Greg
get
wasn't
with
there.
them more, yeah, get a little bit with them. And this is kind of old and hasn't been heard about. Has the fire department thing been taken care of?
They're working, they've got paperwork.
I was gonna say, that's been started, I was just curious, cause I haven't heard anything or, no one's said
They're
anything.
having to do a lot of paperwork.
Have you got your mailbox took care of down there yet?
My mailbox taken
Yeah.
care of. Oh, well, yeah, it kinda got into my,
Did you get,
he kinda got into the, yard a little bit, and we got some really bad ditches.
Well, yeah, the material, that material.
Right, but this is for, because they're gonna do a new one with the mill, that's why I was just trying to see
They
if we
was,
could.
that was supposed to have been addressed a long time ago, and it hadn't been done.
New business.
Um,
New business,
Pat,
Yeah,
on the 30 or something before.
Yes,
Farmers Day then.
Joanne and I need to talk, and do y'all know when the swing set's gonna be ready, for one thing? Okay.
haven't heard anything about it.
Well, Doug was supposed to be here
Is-
tonight.
Is
That's
there,
why I'm
they,
here.
they're sick. I know, he
He's
was
not
sick
here.
and Chubbs is sick, and I told him I'd show it,
Okay.
cause I don't want the flu.
Oh, okay, well,
Chubbs went to the doctor.
let me
and he
start,
was
that's one of the
diagnosed
things
with
we was
flu.
gonna talk about, but,
I don't think
I
it's been
kinda
started.
talked to the girls on one thing, is we're gonna have a fundraiser for the park that's coming up, the Thursday
30th.
night. We've got,
It's the 30th of April.
yes, and we've got, a band, I've got the practice on their songs, and they're gonna do different sets and different ones. It's gonna be, it's community people that's gonna be helping with this, and they're gonna volunteer to do this for the fundraiser.
30th of April, so
And
Thursday night.
And then we're not only wanting just for dancing, we'd like to be able to block off part of that street if y'all can get the city council to go ahead and do that. I know there's gonna have to be able to get people in, but I don't reach more road, and people's already been asking me, would they bring the trailer in and everything for that night, to block off part of that road, because if we do, because kids is gonna be down there and everything, I don't want nobody hurt. You know, I hope we'll have police watching too, to keep everything.
Is this the
But-
street dance
What
that they
day?
normally have, or?
Yeah, so it's
April
free
the
bird.
30th, it'll be
The
on
30th.
Thursday night.
I can't be here.
Uh,
I can't walk.
And we,
Oh, yeah, we might have to have a county down
I'll be
here.
gone, yeah.
it's gonna be down at the park. We were gonna have it down there because our ESA ladies are gonna go ahead, and we've got games that's gonna be set up down there. They're gonna have the
Oh,
cornhole,
We
and,
need their help.
See, we
We
can't
need to
block
know
the
how
line
much.
off.
yeah,
Yeah,
Block the
but
street off.
you all have got to help us. We can't do it ourselves because we've got reunion days
Right,
coming
I
up,
know.
and it's gonna take all of our efforts to get that together.
now, I talked, and this is what, I'm gonna do y'all this like I do when I run deals for the school. And I told the girls, we'll figure out about how much, and I'll help them with that, about how much we need. And I told them I'd go buy the supplies for the dinner, and then whatever we,
Reimburse you.
and reimburse me for the cost of whatever I do. Like, and I asked if they do hamburgers and hot dogs, I think that would be in this, and do this as sell instead of trying to do the Indian tacos or something like that. Be easier for y'all to take care of, and maybe get some new workers to do that night, if y'all would.
Are you all willing to do this?
Oh, I'm.
Yeah.
That's what we're
You
sort
gotta
of-
have a cap on how much you're gonna spend, because we really don't have a lot of money in that.
No, hon, you didn't understand.
Oh.
I'm gonna
I'm
gonna
trying to hear from
okay, I'm
Lodge.
sorry, but maybe I should stand up.
No, you're fine,
Are
you're
you
fine.
sure?
Yeah, go ahead.
I'm gonna purchase the products they need for that night.
Right.
I know about what I think that we'll need.
Right.
And then what's left over, Gloria usually buys back.
Oh,
What
I
we,
see.
like the hamburger meat, the hamburger patties and stuff.
Right, but I'm
And
just saying, I know it's very limited on what we have in that fund.
The city will not be out one penny.
Cool, okay, I was
One
just
penny,
curious,
one
yeah,
penny.
yeah.
There won't be out
yeah.
one penny for this.
Yeah,
Because what
And
you
then I'll get-
sell will pay for.
That's true, yeah,
Hey,
duh,
and
you're
then what's
right, you're
over
right,
that,
you're right.
we're gonna put it into the fund for the park.
Right.
Everything we do that night's gonna be for the park. I'm gonna have a donation deal there, and I'm gonna be announcing all the time during the night, bring your donations for the park. The reason I'm doing this, I talked to Ron Perry, and I had thought we would get reimbursement for what all we put in down there. Now, I'm gonna have to get with y'all, what y'all have spent on, when Travis was on there, they put some kind of, some of the outside playground stuff that was put down there. I know it wasn't very much, but
We purchased that with the MFA grant.
I don't make any, I gotta know exactly
Okay.
how much.
I didn't know if they
yeah.
reimbursed us since it was
No,
purchased
no,
with the
the
grant.
reason
though.
I'm saying, I need every penny
Okay.
that we have put into that from everything that we've done so
Yeah,
far.
we've got receipts.
We're
from
wanting to
that.
get another thing that we're supposed to get done, we're waiting till better weather, is to get the concrete.
Yes.
And we're gonna need some help. I'd like to get some volunteer help, set up those forms. I can get the concrete very cheap from, Prior, has already told me at cost. You just call us and tell us how much you might need.
When are you
I
wanna
want
do
those
that?
forms, I'd like to get them done for the Old Timers Weekend. We've gotta show people we are using our money to get some of this stuff done, or they're gonna quit helping us. And I know that we've got bricks, she don't wanna do the bricks until we get that down there. And she's got orders for bricks, so we've gotta get this all done. And like I told y'all, I'll just go get supplies. Y'all reimburse me, and then what we have left goes into the park. But Ron has told me, we'll get this all done, what we pay for the swings deal. There's a place that you can get for the bathrooms, full pay for that grant for those bathrooms, we won't have to be out of dime. He told me that the other night. Also, everything we put in down there, including what ESA has done with all the tables we bought, and then Joe Paul has bought the outside, the things, everything's been done. We can get a reimbursement. Ron told me, I'm to get with the other lady that goes there, so that helps him. And we will get reimbursed 50% of what we put in there, and that way we can get more things done down there. But the next project I'm gonna be working on is getting this grant for bathrooms down there. And then I'd like to have one side of it where we put, maybe if we have a lawnmower that we may
It
purchase
needs
for them.
bathrooms with storage.
Yeah.
For storage, that's what we're
That's
gonna
the-
look for.
We've
But
all
it
figured that out.
probably won't cost us anything, so we use the money we get from the Choctaws, and I told them right now, I thought it was around $12,000 that we have, with what we've done and what y'all have done. And we get that, that's $6,000, then we can turn around, get more tables, and get some real good playground equipment down there. And we can get that playground equipment, you can get some real good wooden type,
I've got
for
that
$3,000.
neat catalog, yeah.
Yeah.
So we can use half of it for that. But we've got to do well down there at that fundraiser. I need as much money as we can get coming in, and I'm gonna keep announcing all night, please bring funds by, or anything you do to help.
We'll have people in town that weekend for Founder's Day. We'll have a jar at the Founder's Day for it too.
But with the food that y'all do, and
But if we don't make a big deal out of it, you're missing an opportunity.
well, we won't get
Absolutely.
enough people, we're gonna have to get it advertised. If y'all don't wanna advertise,
What kind of food did you have in mind other than hamburgers and hot dogs?
well, do you have any, I'd like to pick people that have maybe a piece of pie. Y'all wanna do some pies, and we can set up pies and cut pies, and you can get $2.50, $3 for a piece of pie.
Fried
Sure.
pie.
A bunch of fried pies, I'll help with fried pies, we can do a bunch of fried pies.
No, that deal.
I tell you
But
what,
I'm
We
just
can
saying,
talk about
anything to make money, but we've got to get this, people
You gotta
excited
get
about
organized.
coming, yeah. And I'll work with, I know that you've done cooking, and, Doug had said he's got a grill, a big grill and everything, and I've got a big grill out there, in the char broiler. I don't know how many grills, but get down there and do some hamburgers and hot dogs.
Put up those,
And
put
chips.
up those grills we bought.
Who does?
Laura?
Yeah, Laura has
We
them.
use hers.
So I'm just
We
saying,
bought 4 of them,
we
they're right
can,
up.
if you think
I
about,
thought we already
you
had
can do
one.
a plate
I
like
know,
chips,
we were afraid of vandalism.
or maybe some barbecue beans
Get 'em up.
with the hamburgers and the hot dogs, and
Can
then
you
a
get 'em?
drink,
Put them up.
$6-7.
I'm writing stuff down for them.
We can make some money down there, and we'll do this, but we're gonna need y'all's help. I know you said you were gonna be in the hospital, but anyway, I understand she can't be there, but maybe some of you other girls, maybe somebody, that y'all, some of your friends might
It
come
would be
help
really
you.
nice to have the council there, show support,
Yes.
if you all were there, basically it
us.
would be.
But we need your
you know,
help, that's what Joanne's our
Yeah, I'll
president this
do
year,
it. I
and
don't
if
mind
y'all
doing
can
it.
help us in any way, and like I said, I'll sit down with y'all, and I'll go get all the products you may need. And I'm sure some of the SA ladies wouldn't mind making some pies, or I'll do some fried
I'm
pies.
an awful pie maker.
Well,
I know
What is the time limit are we gonna put on this, start and finish?
I think we did last year, did it start at 5 or 6 to, it
Probably
did start
around-
what time, about 8,
I
8
think-
or
I
8?
think
we probably
5
need
to
to
8, 5 to 8.
Start about 4 if you're gonna have games and stuff.
Just according to how much light you're gonna have down there, cause it's
It'll
gonna be a long day.
longer now.
But that's the reason I said, because about the
Because
Because you'll
last
have your
day,
games and
it will
your
be-
games first, and then your food, and then your street dance, so you're gonna have
It's
to.
well, they're gonna be,
Starting at
they're gonna be,
6
they're gonna be, cause they got Shirley and Ludi and them, they're gonna be singing the whole time that we're down there. I mean, they're gonna start singing about 6 o'clock.
6 o'clock is when we started
Okay, so what about the drinks?
before.
We're gonna just have pop and waters, cans of pop.
Keep it
Signage.
simple.
Yeah,
So,
and that
it's
would,
manageable.
but I would say just give them a plate. You can make more money off of a hamburger with
Hamburger.
hamburger,
Hamburger plate or
hamburger plate,
Yeah.
and a drink for $6.
Kinda
Pray
like they
that
do down the
that-
football
Yeah,
field.
yeah, and a football
Exactly,
field.
that's really good.
Old
And-
Timers
and-
Day, the way you do hamburgers.
But all, think about this, because this is really gonna be a lot of profit for us. Anything we, if we can make $1,000 down there that night, that would be that much more, that we can show Ron that we've got that much more invested in that park. And I want to get this concrete work done. I don't know do y'all have anybody available that can work with me, get started on these forms?
Yeah, we got people.
All right, if you got some people that could help get these forms ready, and maybe we get
How
some
big,
volunteers.
how big?
It's gonna be 4 foot wide all the way to the pavilion.
We got it, he already knows, it's drawn out.
Okay, it's
It's
drawn
been
out,
drawn
rigged out,
out.
and we're paying, ESA is paying for the concrete.
Just building the forms,
4 foot
just
wide,
put the
how
forms
long?
up, they know how to do that.
It's from the parking to the pavilion. It's a
And then
good
around
way.
It's a big
side.
And then we're gonna put the bricks on
The
each
grills.
side, and we're gonna have the bricks on each side, but we've got to get this, we've got to get that done.
Lights down in this back.
And I'd like to get it done since we got good weather now. It's looked like we're gonna have some good weather. And we get, and I'll have to go up to probably Stigler at the Ace and maybe get some, 2x4s, whatever.
Lumber.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
we'll have to buy some of that.
Okay,
We'll have
who
to
wants to
utilize every one of
take
those
care of
good
the
days.
publicity?
Good warm days is gonna have to be.
Signage, publicity.
We've got to get done now. It's time to get done.
Can't do it in here.
No, you're right, and we got to do what
Are
now?
they gonna take care of the publicity, or are we gonna do
Do
it?
you need us to take care of the publicity, or y'all wanna do that? It's up to y'all. But we're just trying to work with y'all,
Yeah,
whatever.
But it needs to be
it
publicized.
does.
That's an
You're
important
good at
part
that.
of it.
Well, okay,
And I
then
don't-
I'll
I
type
don't
up
think-
something, get it in the
I
paper.
don't think
it'll be on-
running it one time in the paper is gonna be enough.
But
You
I
have
want
to-
everybody
you have
to see
bait
that
the
we're
trap,
trying to
and
work.
then you have to catch the mouse, so.
It's gonna have to show joint
Yeah.
work together.
It's
I
gonna
mean,
have to
it's
burn
gonna,
more than once.
I've seen these
So
ladies
not just
working.
paper,
It
you're
could
gonna-
be public, they can get it.
That's what I'm saying.
I assure you.
We're gonna need flyers, you're gonna need
and
signage.
we'd like for you to help. If you want to help, you're more than welcome to come help us. And anybody that wants to volunteer to help us.
Come sit down, plates or.
Yeah.
Good work.
That's right.
Yeah,
So-
and like I said, signage plate, we need flyers everywhere
But
and.
We can
like
get
word of
Susan
mouth,
here at
but-
school to get us some flowers ready, so
Exactly,
I'll have Susan get us some flowers done. But we need it, we just need word of mouth, just start
That's
telling
huge,
wherever
word
you
of
know.
mouth is
and-
huge.
and like I said, on the-
Facebook is another one to go on,
You put a little strip at the school, we can probably get the ice cream.
Yeah, no, I'll tell Susan and them, but we just
now
wanna
got
make sure.
A snow cone machine and a popcorn machine.
Oh,
And
that'd
bring
be
it out there as
awesome.
well, too.
That'd go over well.
Yeah, that will go over with real well. We'll sell bags of popcorn for $1 a bag or something.
Got a
What we had over,
cost.
because she, when I was chief of police, or chief of the fire department,
Uh-huh.
we had a barbecue from, and Cargill was doing it, the hog, and they got slaughter cost. But, like, Walmart and the banks and different places like that give us all the
That's why I said we might could get
the
something
paper
like that,
plates
yeah.
and the napkins.
If we can put their name on the flyer
Uh,
too.
What they did.
Do
now
y'all
is
wanna
they
do
don't-
barbecue along with the charcoal hamburgers? It's up to
Barbecue
y'all.
didn't go over real good
I think
last
we ought
year.
to stick with this hamburgers.
You know, we
I
tried
think
that
It didn't have
last
to be
year.
barbecue, but I'm just saying. that
Yeah,
we
you're
had-
right.
we
It
had
was
a barbecue
expensive.
every year.
It's
that-
expensive
and
to
Cargill-
do, and
Cargill
you'll
gives
make
us
more
all.
money off the hamburgers.
And
than
you're
mine.
then I
not
put
trying to
stickers,
get
they
their money for
slaughtered
the food,
for
you're trying to get their money for a
cost.
donation.
And
So if
that
they
was
have a
one of our
$10
biggest-
bill and
Yeah,
you
they
take
come
8
up-
of it for food,
They'll probably
then
donate
you
the
only
rest.
got two, or if you just take
Well-
5 of it, you got 5 to give, see?
But we'll have the fried pies down there and sell them for $2.50 a piece.
All right.
I'll make some of
But you
them.
can get a lot of that stuff.
We had an auction
I ate one of yours the other day, Pat.
at our
I didn't last
fundraiser
but
for
one
school
night.
supplies.
I'm nuts.
We made $1,400 on baked goods on the auction.
But I'll have that oil down there and I'll just go right back down
Pies,
there.
cakes,
yeah.
cookies. And fried pies for $100 a box.
But anyway, but
So-
y'all listen, if you have any questions, get a hold of me, or
No,
Joanne.
we'll get it on
either one.
Facebook, this sitting on
Yeah.
here tonight.
Tell it it's
Oh.
already
Oh,
on there, so
okay.
we've got that if people are
Yeah.
reading the videos, yes.
But,
Sounds like a plan.
Are you
Okay,
done?
April 30th. What time do you wanna say it starts?
I say 5 o'clock.
These two can cook hamburgers.
5 to
We got,
whenever?
Joe can cook hamburgers.
I know y'all can, we'll fix Gloria.
hamburgers.
Yeah, there you
Yeah.
go.
I just asked them.
They have a
I'm
good
on
time.
there, Joe, and you volunteer me?
That's good, guys.
Let me eat one once in a while.
Yeah, I appreciate it.
Well, I remember when Tina cooked burgers out here for the fall festival, people were raving that those were the best burgers they ever ate.
That's good.
Everybody
we-
secret ingredient.
In fact,
Salt and pepper,
the
no.
Postmaster and his wife and them, Tracy and them all bragged about how good those burgers were. They said they were the best ever.
Garlic
I'm
salt.
tired, I've worked all
They
day.
back to germ.
Got me a pickup, sold on
Any more
gray,
new
sold
business?
on gray pickup.
Ain't no
Oh,
green business.
it's hard to leave.
Need a motion?
Make a motion to adjourn.
I'll second then.
Old time they put it this year. Scored on it.
Huckabee.
Adjourn it, so-
Yes.
Have them do the new.
Burton,
Yes, I think you'll have to.
Carrie?
watch that.
Yeah.
Sweet,
Yes.
He gets it all up.
Okay.
Where all this gonna go?
We're now-
We don't know what to do.
You know, she worked at it very, very hard.
It's
Yes,
a
she
big
did.
job. It's a horrible
Okay,
job.
PWA,
Well, we're
That's why
having,
nobody else wants to do it.
I think we can.
we'll call it to order.
Huckabee,
Yes.
Burton,
Yes.
Carrie,
Here.
Sweet.
Yes.
Gosh, I'm gonna leave. Thank y'all.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I got that.
See y'all later.
I gotta go back and start over again tomorrow. Okay. Bye, guys.
See you, Joey.
We'll see you tomorrow,
Okay.
Yeah, well, I'll.
tomorrow night.
Yeah, I gotta go stamp checks for the school in the morning, so.
Okay.
I'll be there early.
Number 3, discuss and approve all minutes
Yeah.
for February 10th, 2020.
Make a motion to approve.
Huckabee,
Yes.
Burton,
Yes.
Carrie,
Yes.
Sweet.
Yes.
Number 4, discuss and approve February 2020 bills for the water fund.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Huckabee,
Yes.
Burton,
Yes.
Carrie,
Yes.
Sweet.
Abstain.
Discuss and approve February 2020 bills for sewer fund.
Make a motion to approve.
I say
Huckabee,
yes.
Burton,
Yes.
Carrie,
Yes.
Sweet.
Abstain.
Number 6, discuss and vote to put clothing allowance into wages for employees.
What is this for?
What is that?
Thought we done that.
No, I think which was for the police department, I think this is for like
It's on-
overalls and to protect their clothes, that type of thing.
Put this
Put it on there.
I don't know anything about it.
Who put it
Chubbs
on
must
there?
have. I bet Chubbs did. If he's not here, we didn't.
It has to be him.
This is,
Do you know what it's
for
for?
Dole.
For Dole?
It's,
He did have a clothing allowance and we had to
Yeah.
take it away because of the auditor said it was being done wrong. That's
it's
what
on
it
kind of
is.
something the auditor said, so
Yeah.
we need to,
What kind of clothing you're talking about?
One of his raises was a clothing allowance, his raise from year
Was that the
before
quarter-
last.
Was that the quarter hour about 2 years, year and a half ago?
That was his raise, yeah, and the auditor
And you
come back
got
and said
50
we
cent
couldn't do, no, not Doug, Doyle.
I know, Joel got the 50
Doyle
cent.
got his raise, that taken
A dollar,
away.
no, we got a dollar.
Well, no, this is from like 2 years ago,
Yeah, I know we got a quarter,
yeah.
that's what I said.
But the auditor come back and said the way we were paying him wasn't legal. so we had to take that away. So I guess this is what the auditor said that needed to be put
Yeah.
on the agenda to
What
get
kind of
back.
clothing does he need?
They go through a lot of, he goes through a lot of clothes on, like the sewer and,
I went through clean
Um,
doctor's clothes, but I don't understand.
but this
what
is a
you're
raise,
talking
this is a raise that got taken away that was on his,
about. I don't think.
But I
we-
think he needs what we
You
need
better
to
take care of
provide
that
it.
one instead of.
Oh,
letting it go
Provide
away.
him some overalls to wear over his clothes instead of purchasing, him having money to spend however he want as a
Well,
clothing allowance.
yeah, and see that got, I guess this is how the,
I don't remember that.
auditor.
The auditor said that we
Said that
couldn't
it
do it
was not
because it
being done
was
right.
not done right.
So it's just moving
It's,
that from being a clothing allowance and instead of it being a clothing allowance, it's got.
he couldn't have a
Those
clothing
wages.
allowance on,
Just put the money in his check.
so we have
Instead
to
of us
actually,
Nothing
just
but a
giving
raise,
him.
either way you
we have
look
to
at it.
actually purchase it
That's
instead of giving him the
He's been
money.
getting the clothing allowance.
So he can go
Why
with
don't you get
overalls in the
clothing
summer
Why don't you
and,
get clothing?
really warm
He's been getting that ever since
Coveralls.
I've seen him.
coveralls.
Take
Right.
that away, it sits right there, you don't get dirty there.
That's money that he's been getting for years on clothing allowance.
So just because you done something last year, you don't have to do it this year.
That's-
But
that's
I
important.
we
can't
have to
change
give
it
it back to
myself.
him, if you're taking funds away, you have to give it back to him for the auditor. You can't give them a raise and then take it back, that's what they
Yes, you
said.
can, that's what you're looking for.
But you're not, what I'm trying to say is, he's got the raises, he's at
got
his
'em.
point. Okay, so
Yeah.
if you wanna do clothing and he wants clothing, then you need to purchase him an overalls, and then that, a suit for the summer or winter, and then that's it. He doesn't get more money for clothing, cause he's already getting that.
It was only like, what was it a month?
I don't,
$50 a month.
Okay,
$50.
one, if you bought it for him as one of those jumper, if you bought two of it, it would still be 50 times 12 versus, that's an
600 a year,
expensive,
that's 600 a
that's
year.
a lot.
Well, that was not, it was a raise.
Right,
It
But you're
was a raise
saying-
plus clothing allowance.
okay,
It
but
was all
we're,
put together.
right,
That
but-
was his raise.
but you're not taking away anything, he's still keeping his pay, but now
No,
you're asking
He's losing
for,
$50 a month.
you removed that from him.
Yes. It was, the auditor said we had to take that away.
So how about
The way it
not
was
giving
being
him a
paid.
clothing allowance and giving him the raise instead, and not even doing that?
No,
No,
already
he's,
got a raise.
he's already,
Better save some of this money for a raise.
I'm just saying, that's a lot of money for
You're gonna keep
clothing,
giving
you
it
guys,
away
that's
and
way
throwing
too much
away,
money.
You ain't gonna have no money.
I mean,
I ain't
seriously.
spent that much last
I've
5
seen it
years.
happen.
I mean, you know you're gonna be in the muck, you're not gonna go out buying expensive clothes, and that's a lot to
I
spend
know
on
when I
a
was
year.
over at Chevy, we couldn't do it because it's very expensive. But
Right.
when they wanted to do shirts and breeches and stuff like that, would be named, very expensive.
she said if we could call her, she could explain it a lot better.
Who's
I just
that?
know she said the auditor
Cheryl.
said the way it was being paid couldn't be paid that way, that we had to put
Right.
it back on the
Agenda.
agenda to make it legal the way we were doing it.
Look at
No one goes to
So
Chevy.
That's what it's, that's just exactly what it's doing. You're changing it from the clothing into cash.
And
So-
that's a raise.
and that's how-
That's a
But
raise.
it's one that he
Part of
already
it- That was
had.
part of his raise that he already got.
He's already got it.
So what are we discussing now? I mean, he doesn't get any clothing allowance.
We've got to
then.
vote on it to
Yeah,
make it
she-
legal
Okay.
for the auditor.
Okay, so
Yes.
what I'm saying is remove it. I mean, are you saying that, okay, My
What we're doing is
confusion is-
reallocating
The
funds.
same money.
The
You're-
same
The
money.
same
We're
money.
not giving him a raise, it's the
He's
same
not
money he
getting
already
any
had.
more.
We just have to
You're
Just
vote on
rewording
it
it.
to make it legal for the auditor.
You're blowing money.
discuss and vote and putting allowance into
Same as the
wages.
gravel. You need to buy asphalt and gravel before you buy anything.
Okay, so from what I'm understanding
You need
is you're
something to work with
just
lawnmowers.
not purchasing anything for him.
Realistic.
You're not gonna use it as clothing arrangements or allowance, right? It's not gonna be worded that way? I'm just trying to
I know the
understand
auditor told them how to put it on here.
It's not a clothing allowance.
anymore. It's just,
No, it
it's
can't
hard,
be a
that's
clothing
what I was trying to
allowance
get.
according
I
to
wasn't
the
getting clear.
For the auditor, for,
Right.
to be okay with the
Gotcha.
auditor, we have to,
Take away
Word
the
it a
clothes
certain
allowance
way,
and do it and just part, and that, I got you. I was just having a hard time getting through there, but I busted through, I got it now.
Cause that'll come out of sewer and water anyway.
I think it's worded wrong here.
Yes,
It makes
it
me
is.
think you're
well,
gonna
that's
do
how the
another.
auditor told them to word it, correct?
Where's that?
Sounds like,
Play that back.
sounds to me like it's worded wrong.
I don't think
It's,
that's
to
real.
me, it sounds like they're adding more wages to
Into
it.
wages for employee. That doesn't sound
I mean, yeah, it sounded to me like everybody's getting a shirt and breeches to me. with your name wrote on it,
Well, it just says
superintendent, plumber, or
employee.
something like that.
We can't, I don't know that we can, because it's on water, it's just the water
They
employee.
want that water's already so high, we just go up to pay for it.
Chubbs is what he has that put
I don't
on.
know.
Hey Cheryl,
Who did?
this on the agenda, I guess, discuss some vote to put clothing allowance into wages for employees, is that to get it correct for the auditor? Because the way we were doing it was wrong.
We do a lot, but on the clothing allowances, he would have to, I mean, this is just IRS, this is not the auditor or not, this is IRS, well, the auditor,
IRS.
yes.
Okay, the
This
auditor.
he is correct on that part.
Okay.
So, he's correct that the clothing allowance should be that it's not taxable income unless he brings in receipts of all of his clothing purchases that he did. It's
Okay.
not taxable,
Okay,
but he don't, yeah, that would be difficult to do.
okay. So the way it's worded, is that correct on the agenda?
I can't remember the exact wording on it.
Discuss and vote to put clothing allowance into wages for employee, which is
Yes.
dual.
Yes,
Okay,
yeah, yes.
And-
And so, but anyway, but no, the author is correct in that, but the
Okay.
fact is that if we would have, I mean, it's the IRS on clothing, but the vehicle line on the gas lines and the yellow laws, that's correct. But
we did away with
clothing
those.
is different.
So this is doing the
Yeah.
same thing like we done the gas.
Yeah, it's just very difficult to keep your clothing receipts and
Okay.
make sure you keep them all.
Okay, and
Anyway.
this was money he was already getting, so we just gotta get it correct for the,
Yes, I just needed it, he wanted me to do it payroll, so I can't really use payroll until you have it on, line item.
okay,
So once y'all approve it, I mean, it doesn't change any of the bottom line numbers.
okay. Yeah.
So,
Alrighty,
don't hold me,
alright, thank you.
bye.
So it's not a new raise, it's just allocating what's already there into.
So
because
he's
he
not
had to
being
have-
taxed for these
No,
clothes that
that's
he's
it.
getting.
And he didn't have receipts to keep up with this way.
So this is not gonna go in, it's not gonna change.
So he's-
no money,
No,
nothing.
it won't change anything. It's
But
already
he's
there.
now,
We just have to have it
before he
for
was
the-
being taxed for this money, and now he's not.
Right.
So that means it's more money into his pocket.
No.
No, it would be
it
less.
was
He
not
already
that,
purchased it,
and
right?
now he is gonna be.
Okay.
Oh, I had it backwards. Okay, thank you.
The IRS and auditor,
Got it. Okay, it just seemed like,
we just gotta vote on it to make it correct. So I make a motion that we go ahead
Yeah, I mean, this
and
was
correct it.
wrote up wrong.
I'll second it.
Well, she said it was right.
It ain't right.
Huckabee,
Yes.
Burton,
Yes.
Did you second that, Jeannie?
Yes.
Carey,
Yes.
Sweeten,
Yes.
So now we'll be right with the IRS.
Is there any old business?
Water, old business. Did we purchase new meters that we were needing? There were some old meters that was installed that wasn't on the school.
Well, I thought we did that several months ago.
Well, we voted on it, but I don't know if
Oh.
they were what, wait, probably, yeah,
Need to replace the meter?
we did. It's on what she sent me today.
Some of those meters weren't any good, and
One
we
of mine
voted
was,
to buy some
mine
new
was
meters.
malfunctioning.
They weren't
They've had the
working
same
at all.
trouble in Fort Smith.
Yeah. What about the air conditioning?
Yeah, that's
That's
been
kind
a
of
problem
old
for 6 months, years.
that would be in town, wouldn't it?
The insurance company has got to come back because they didn't estimate it right. We do have some of it's getting fixed right now,
Well, that'd be good news, hey.
Yeah.
and so the insurance company's got to come back.
Every
because
time
they
it
didn't-
rains, I cringe because I'm so afraid that something's gonna fall in.
I think they fixed that.
Up there where that
They
leak
put
was,
the coil seal and stuff up there, so that's done.
that's it. Well, I'm glad to hear
Yeah,
that.
'cause
But
we
I
got
think
some
the insurance
refund.
company has to come back because it wasn't, their reimbursement was not right.
I'm worried about them. They're really good when it comes to roofs.
Water, water, water.
Mhm.
I mean, whatever they can, not to pay.
I believe those are good.
Now we're gonna have to replace the tile up there where it look right, because that looks awful.
And that's one of the things they did.
That's just one of
That's
them.
it.
That's cheap and easy.
We got some back yonder, got one over there, got one there.
It's not too bad,
some
actually.
back
Make a
here.
motion, we
It could be
adjourn.
painted.
I'll second that motion.
This one's dipping.
I wanna go home and eat.
I got green
start.
Got them all the time.
Huckabee,
Yes.
Burton,
Yes.
Gary,
Yes.
Sweet.
Yes.
I hope that recorded right.